Well, good morning, folks. Here we go.
Welcome to another day of Northern Sun softball at the Northern Sun Conference Tournament Championship Saturday. So glad to have you here. And Randy, it looks like another beautiful day out.
I'll tell you what, it's it's puffy little breeze. They say we're going to have that all day, and high of 83, just perfect softball weather.
That's going to be awesome. In our first matchup today, in an elimination game, we have the University of Sioux Falls in purple and the Minnesota Mavericks in white.
Sioux Falls could end up playing 3 games today in a row. Or 4.
They could. They could. You're absolutely right. It could be a busy day for the Cougars, especially if they come out defensively like they did yesterday. And if Black is feeling good as well as she did yesterday, she throws well, they're going to give Mankato a run here. On the mound for Mankato is Chloe Rise. She's from Eagle Lake, Minnesota. She's a sophomore pitcher, so we're going to have a sophomore freshman duo today here in our first elimination game.
Wow.
Up for the Cougars here is Aaron Scott, number 19. Aaron hits a little bleeder out to center field. Number 20 for the Mavericks, Jess Medell, a freshman from Lakeville, Minnesota, records the first out for the Mavericks. Top of the first, 1 out. Mavericks come into this tournament 35-21. Conference, they were 20-10. Coached by a Hall of Fame coach, Lori Myers, who was inducted into the Hall of Fame just a couple years ago. Lori's been the coach at Minnesota State Mankato for over 30 years. Shortstop number 12 makes a nice routine play there, Dana Morgan from Forest Lake, Minnesota.
That was a little high. That could have pulled the foot off the bag there.
She released high, but first baseman there, number 2, did a nice job of holding it down, Molly Sager.
Those first basemen know how to stretch that arm an extra couple inches anyway.
They do. Molly's not necessarily the tallest first baseman we've seen probably in the tournament, but she does a nice job there pulling down the second out of the game. Betsy Thomas up for the Cougars here. Betsy yesterday hit 2 dingers, one in the first game for the Cougars that defeated St. Cloud, and one in the second game of the day for the Cougars. She had a dinger in the 3rd inning to rout Wayne State. So there is some power here in the Cougars lineup here with Betsy Thomas in the 3-hole. Betsy's got a 1-1 count on her, 2 outs, top of the first. Little outside there, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Coley Riles here on the mound for the Mavericks. Here comes the pitch. The Cougars seem to have her figured out though. The first 2 batters both got the ball into play. So it doesn't look like Rise here is going to really be a overpowering pitcher for the Cougars. They're just going to really have to get the bat on the ball. Little outside there for Betsy. Count goes to 3-2, full count here. This could be our first runner for the Cougars of the day. It was a great morning. We kicked off the morning with a kids clinic here with partnership with the Northern Sun, and that was just a blast having all these little kids out here learning the game of softball and learning from some great coaches.
So was that part of Sioux Empire Fast Pitch that did that, or?
Yeah, with the partner of Sioux Empire Fast Pitch, People for Youth, and the Northern Sun, the 3 organizations all came together to host a free clinic for kids just to get them out to the ballpark and see the great game that they play. Rice sends an outside pitch there that Betsy whiffs on, and we go 3 up, 3 down in the first inning for the Cougars.
Yeah, the park's busy today. We got the early bird tournament going on here. Girls Fast Pitch Early Bird.
The USSSA tournament is down below on the 5 fields, and then you have the Northern Sun up here. So just a lot of softball happening here in Sioux Falls this weekend.
Target-rich environment for softball 605.
Absolutely. Tons of teams to cover and tons of information to get out to our listeners and our watchers. And no surprise for the Cougars, it looks like Black will be starting again. Black's out on the mound for them. Betsy Thomas starting at first base there. Erin Scott at second. Brittany Hoffman at shortstop. Looks as though Danielle Walker's back at third. Brooke Stetzler's out in left field. Megan Peterson is in center. And number 25, Leah Huseman for the Cougars, is playing right field today.
She had a great game against Wayne.
She did.
Yesterday. And actually, most of the players did have a great game.
Looks like the Mavericks are going to lead off with number 18. Oh, correction. It must be Megan.
Number 7. Stepping up to the plate.
Is that number 7? So that would be Tatum Klein for the Mavericks.
She's either 7 or 17, but I'm pretty sure
We'll get the correct number here. It is 7. You were right, Randy. Good eyes. Tatum Klein is leading off for the Mavericks. And Black goes back to what she did yesterday so well, and that was getting ahead in the counts. She gets ahead there. 1 strike, no balls. Black throws that one a little outside, so 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch from Black. And a slap down the right field line with speed on the bases now for the Mavericks. Tatum Klein hits a single for the first hit of the game. Now Coach Meyer has been there for 31 years at the Mavericks, and I can almost guarantee here she is going to lay down the bunt and move the runner to second base.
After that long, she's probably forgot more about softball than most people will ever know.
She has seen everything. So Emily Bransky here from Minnesota Mankato is up to bat with Tatum Klein on first base. 1 ball, no strikes. What a great play! Oh,
pretty close, pretty close.
What a great idea by the Cougars there. Klein was getting a first initial lead and then got an additional one. Erin Scott came over and made a great play. Shan Daly snapped through it down, but just not quite in time. That's a great play so early in the game because it's going to tame those Minnesota Mankato runners. They're going to have to be honest. And they do what they want. Sacrifice bunt, move the runner. But with speed with 18, it's not always a sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know, that was a bing play there. So
yeah, that's true.
Nice job by Black getting down, going to get that and making the play to Erin Scott for the first out of the game.
Well, and you know, you see so many of these teams, they, you know, like you were saying yesterday, they want to make the other team throw the ball.
Absolutely.
And that, you know, that's one way to make them have to do that.
Number 12 here for Mankato, Dana Mogren is up to bat. Klein on second. She's in scoring position. She's got enough speed that if Morgan here gets a shot to the outfield, she probably will score. And that was a swing by her.
Boy, a nice little pitch. She really suckered her. That looked a little outside as it came in.
Absolutely. This is a big out for Black. If she can get 12 down here. If she can get Dana Morgan down, we're in good shape. Little infield hit. Walker gets it, makes a great play, looks the runner back on second, and gets the second out of the game.
Good infield play there by Sioux Falls.
Absolutely. Nice backhand right on the line. Ashley Fell here is up now for the Mavericks. USF is really watching Tatum Klein there and not letting her get too far off the base. What another great throw by Shannon Daly to keep her on.
Well, you know, Klein being first hitter probably does have that ability and probably has stolen a lot of bases over the course of the season, so they have her number for sure.
Absolutely. All right, 2 balls, no strikes here on Ashley Thal. Black's gonna have to come back here with a strike to help her case out. A little bleeder here to Hoffman, and a pop fly catch for Hoffman to make the 3rd out of the game. So in 1 inning, Mavericks push into second base with a runner in scoring position, but Black holds her line and 3 up.
Tiny bit of difficulty there, but nothing she couldn't handle.
Absolutely. For a 10 o'clock game, we also have a pretty good crowd out here already forming for a day that's, my hunch, is going to be full of a lot of drama.
Championship Saturday.
You wouldn't expect it any other way. Yeah, Tatum Klein has 48 bases stolen on 54 attempts. So
yeah.
They did their scouting report and they know they're going to run a little bit.
Yeah, you got to pay attention to her. She'll make you pay.
All right, so Walker's going to lead the Cougars off here. Walker yesterday had a great second game against Wayne State as well. Got a couple of good hits to get them started.
Let's go, Danielle! Get us going!
Rice back out on the mound, sophomore pitcher for the Mavericks. Walker at the plate. Rice is getting the pitch from the catcher, and here comes the first pitch of the second inning. Swing and a miss by Walker.
Big cut there for Walker.
She saw something and was hoping to get it. Here comes the second pitch. Right on that outside corner.
Wow.
So she goes down in the count, 0-2 right now. She's going to have to fight back.
And she goes down swinging.
She at least gave it an attempt.
Yes.
Number 8 here, Allison Nettie. Allison Nettie's playing the designated player position today for the Cougars. We'll see if Nettie can get us started, get our first base runner on. Here comes the pitch. A little outside. Nettie's really going to be patient and look for something that she can drive hard up the middle. Inside
Nice
pitch. Rice has got good positioning on her pitches so far this morning. Hitting her outside corners, and the catcher's doing a good job framing them. And another pitch outside, but Nettie went after it. Down 1 ball to 2 strikes, 1 out in the top of the second inning. Fouled it back, she's getting on it now. Mavericks yesterday in the elimination game had to beat Southwest Minnesota State to get to this point, and so here we are with 2 teams, the number 9 seed and the number 3 seed in the tournament.
Here's a good look at that player everybody's watching when she's on the base.
Tatum Klein is going to be the athlete here that Cougars are going to have to make sure to tame on the bases. A little bleeder over the first baseman, but foul ball. Nettie stays alive here. Get another opportunity. All right, here comes the pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Nettie. Nettie hits it right off the end of her bat. Number 2 for the Mavericks, Molly Sager makes a great, just routine play, steps on the base, gets the second out of the inning. Here comes number 25, Leah Huseman. And like we spoke earlier, Randy, Leah had a great game yesterday against Wayne State, so see if that carries over to this morning. A little low. Rise was hoping to get it though. On deck is number 3, Megan Peterson, the center fielder today for the University of Sioux Falls. High pop fly, foul ball. The catcher and the third baseman not communicating very well, and a collision happened.
They missed an out there because of that.
And you know how we talked yesterday, when you miss the out, the batter makes you pay. So hopefully Huseman here can now drive one and get it started.
Yep.
Hitting's contagious. All it's going to take is one, so let's get it started with Leah.
You know, I just enjoyed listening to the players in the dugout and all the support they're giving their team, you know, but nobody can beat Northern State. I'll tell you, they are rambunctious and noisy and even sometimes maybe even a little belligerent. I love that.
You know, and as softball 605 continues to grow, we'll begin to get some cheers that we hear over and over and over again, because they start at 10 years old, and as you said, they go all the way up to college, and those cheers don't go away.
No, they don't. You gotta love it.
Leah's got 1 ball, 2 strikes on her, 2 outs in the top of the second. Foul ball back.
Up and out. Well, folks, you want to make sure and catch our weekly show from here on out this week on the Diamond. And Travis Lape here, our announcer, is going to be part of the crew on that, Carol, and we're going to have various other people joining in.
It's going to be an exciting time just to share what's going on in South Dakota with softball.
You know, we are so happy to connect with Sandy with the Diamonds Club. You know, she loves softball as much as anybody I've ever seen.
Yes.
And she's well connected. She's going to be part of that crew.
It's going to be great.
So if you're watching this, make sure and find Softball 605 on Facebook and like that page. Follow us at Twitter at Softball_605. YouTube channel, Softball 605 TV. And of course the website at softball605.com. You know, we're all over the place for you.
It's amazing how this, you know, just in a short few weeks we've connected and gotten people in place to really make Softball 605 kick off right before season, and it's just amazing how much energy it has already in just a short amount of time, Randy.
Well, you know, that has a lot to do with the people involved, because, I mean, we've done a lot of different sports, and you know, the level of involvement that we've gotten from the softball folks, I think, is probably higher than any place else. And, you know, of course, we hopefully are getting smarter every time about putting the platforms together. But, you know, finding people like you and Sandy, that's the key part, because the game's going to go on. We got the players, and now we need people who are willing to roll up their sleeves and, you know, and show the sport.
Absolutely. And we're excited for that, because we've got great talent here in South Dakota, and it's just a great thing that we can share and be able to have families, you know, have memories. You know, you've talked about other, you know, your Hockey 605 and Soccer 605, those parents are wanting DVDs of their kids, and
yeah,
what a great thing we can offer families here with Softball 605, and the memories that can be made on championship Saturdays, or Sundays in our case.
You know, and I can't wait till down the road, you know, 4 or 5 years on Throwback Thursdays on Facebook when we can put some of these interviews up. And,
absolutely.
You know, the girls that we interviewed yesterday and Thursday, and or I guess the young women we did, you know, they're going to be part of that. They're going to probably be out there as coaches, maybe as moms, and you know, we can show what they look like and sound like when they're in college.
Absolutely. Just great memories here. Number 2 here for Minnesota Mankato, Molly Sager leads the Mavericks off in the bottom of the second. Black gets ahead here, 1 ball to 1 strike. Sager there just a little bit ahead of that one.
So in your experience working with these players over the years, Travis, how many games can a pitcher go at it during a tournament? I mean, certainly her arm's gonna have to get tired sooner or later, right?
Right, yeah. No, I mean, really, it really depends on the pitch counts. At this level, you know, the coaches are really counting those. I mean, that was a great pitch there by Black to get Sager out on the first one, a looking strikeout for her. But she can go a ways. I think back to Augustana days when they had, oh, it'll come to me again, but they had a pitcher that literally they rode the entire conference tournament every game, and then 5 games into the regionals to get to the championship game, or get to the Division II championship tournament.
Wow.
And so, I mean, it is possible. It really just depends on how many pitches they've really thrown more than innings.
And Black's total pitch count has been pretty low over the course of the tournament.
Because she works very quickly. She works ahead in the counts, and then really works a lot of ground balls, pop flies.
Great
Again,
pitch
there we go. We got 1 ball, 1 strike on the batter. Black comes back strong. Number 20 here for the Mavericks, Jess Meadle. Looking for speed here. And that's what happens. When you look at the Mavericks lineup so far, I've been keeping track here. They lead off with a lefty. The next batter's a lefty. The 3rd and 4th batters are righties. 5, 6 are lefties. And look who comes to the plate, another righty. So Coach Meyer really is looking to use that slap offense to drive her offense. So now she's coming back with power and going to try to get that runner to second base.
You looking butt here, or are they gonna have her swing away?
You know, with 1 out early in the game, I'm guessing she's gonna swing here.
She's looking like she wants to swing.
Number 23 for the Mavericks, Samantha Booman. Sam's looking to keep this going. Just a routine grounder there to Walker. Walker over to Betsy Thomas for the next out of the game. 2 outs here with another runner in scoring position. Second inning in a row, though, that the Mavericks have gotten a runner into that scoring position on second base. All right, here comes number 9, Chelsea Rorden. Rorden hoping to get the Mavericks on the board with a single here. Little communication from the dugout to the catcher here. Need a little breather. Maybe didn't have the right pitch that they wanted.
Here we go.
And here comes Black on the mound. She's got the sign. She's got a 1 ball, no strike count. 2 balls, no strikes. That was interesting there. I don't know if the fans could see it, but Chelsea here stepped her front leg out because she thought the ball was going to be inside, which then would have allowed her to get open faster to that left field line.
Yeah.
She's doing it pretty consistent, so I'm wondering if USF's going to strategize here and try to live on that outside plate a little more, because by stepping out like that, she's going to hit one off the end of the bat and it'll be a routine grounder. There it is.
Another nice pitch.
Yep. 3 balls, 1 strike on her. Black gets the sign.
And we're seeing one of the great signs of over here, walking down the area here. We got some of these youth softball players coming to watch the college level softball.
That's one of our local 605 teams there, Randy. That's a Sioux Falls Steel, a very highly competitive 14 and under team. Very successful in the 12U, moved up this year to the 14U, and so that team's going to be a team to watch throughout the tournaments here in Sioux Falls.
That's so smart to bring these kids to watch this level.
They learn so much just from watching.
A lot to learn. Watch and listen.
All right, coming in now again for the Mavericks is number 5, Alyssa Rickles. And not a surprise here, but she's a lefty. So we went lefty, lefty, righty, righty, lefty, lefty, righty, righty, left.
You know, that's what I love about having you here with me, because I'm not looking for that.
That's incredible.
I'm just trying to get a picture here, but but it's really nice to have that analysis and see what these coaches are doing.
You know, and now what will happen here is with 2 outs, I hope we don't see this, but Black could face 3 lefties in a row, and for a righty pitcher, that is hard.
Yeah.
It's no different than in baseball. You know, you're trying to get that matchup, and Coach Meyer, if she can turn the lineup over in an inning, that's what she wants to see, because she's going to go lefty lefty with 3 speedsters on the diamond, and then she brings in the power righties to score those speedsters. And this is how Mankato really manufactures runs. They're not going to be this Augustana where they're going to hit, 40 to 50 home runs in a season. They're going to manufacture runs with their speed. We've got runners on first and second, 2 outs. Black's up in the count with a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Alyssa Rickles. This is a big out here for Black if she can get out of this inning. Great communication there from Betsy Thomas out to her outfielders, letting them know that there is speed on second, and so they're going to have to hit their cuts and make the play at home. Black gets the sign. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And here comes the appeal. And this is a good appeal by Coach Thompson. This is a good appeal by Coach Thompson. Asking for an appeal. Was she swinging? Umpires are going to get together. You know, there's a little animosity here between the coaches of the Northern Sun and the Umpire Association of the Northern Sun. Coming into the tournament, 5 coaches had been tossed from league games, and in the prior seasons, Randy, that had not been the case.
Yeah.
Maybe 1, maybe none. Coach Myers has coached for 31 years, never been tossed, and she was 1 toss this year. And so there's a little animosity amongst the coaches and the umpires this weekend. And so not surprised to see that this communication with the umpires with each other.
And I'll tell you what, it's from year to year, referees and umpires go to the meetings. The Nationals trying to establish some sort of a protocol.
Right.
And sometimes it's interpreted properly, and sometimes it's not. I'm sure they'll be talking over the course of the off season now to see why did we toss so many.
Absolutely.
When we didn't before, and was it appropriate? And I'll never forget one game I was at where I was on the ref pretty hard, and he told me 1 more word, coach, and you're out of here. And I did not say that word. So
yeah.
But my assistant was standing behind me yelling at him, so I'm like, "Come on, man, go down there and yell. But, you'll get me kicked out."
I was at a national tournament with our 14U team in Des Moines, and had an official at the coaches meeting talk to me and just say, "Hey, we're approachable, be respectful, come talk to us like humans, and we'll try to get the best call out there. You know what was right." And so there was a very, very tight call on third base. I'm coaching third, and I come down and I question the umpire, and the umpire just gives me the lip. And I then blew up and just brought the same point of respect out to this umpire.
That river flows both directions, doesn't it?
It does.
Or it's supposed to.
And that's what I took, but they did not think so. And so I was not tossed from the game, but I was verbally warned very strongly that I should not say another word.
Well, as I try to get smarter at whatever announcing I get to do at these games, I'm reading, protocol, and I read one the other day that, the announcer should never, ever, ever, ever second guess the referee. So,
yeah,
that's a nice hit up into the middle. Run scores there.
Mavericks gets on the board with a base hit up the middle, and no surprise, Tatum Klein leading the Mavericks with her batting average this year with a .415. gets a screamer right up the middle. But you're absolutely right. You know, the officials on the field have the best look. You know, no matter what we think in the end, they have the best look at it, and we got to trust them that they're going to make the call.
Well, officials are just like coaches and bosses. They may not always be right, but they are always the official.
Yes.
And, you know, that's just part of life, you know. You don't have to agree with them.
All right, Emily Bransky here. 2 outs for the Cougars. Black gets ahead in the count here. A little outside. Black getting the sign here. This is a big bat for Mankato. The Cougars are going to have to get this one down. Just a routine field by Betsy Thomas. Gets the 3rd out. Leaves 3 Mavericks stranded. That's a big inning for them. Mavericks get 1 though in the bottom of the 2nd to take the lead on the Cougars 1-0.
And you know, they did it exactly the way you said they do. They, you know, they make you play it. They hit base hits and move players around.
The Cougars are going to have to regroup here and come back strong. Cougars are going to lead off with number 3, Megan Peterson, followed up by number 10, Bree Black. This is number 7, number 8 in their lineup. So there'll be 7, 8, 9 for the Cougars. Brooke Stetzler will be number 9.
Well, we will have at least a 3-game day today and possibly even a 4-game day.
It could be busy out here. Augustana last night was upset by Winona State in the championship side of the bracket to send Augie with their first loss of the tournament down. Winona still sits in the championship game at 2 o'clock today waiting for their opponent.
You know, and I was thinking about that game last night and how it was just almost a 180-degree turn after the first inning where Augustana looked like they were just going to completely dominate.
Absolutely.
But then, you know, those mistakes started racking up, and so did the runs for Winona. And they didn't really have to hold on, per se, through the game. They just, you know, they took it to Augustana. Nice hit there.
There's a leadoff hit for the Cougars, Megan Peterson. Again, watching what Coach Thompson's done in her short 2 years here. Runner on first. It's a 1-0 ball game. She's going to play for 1 score. So expect here to be a sacrifice bunt to move Peterson over. And then hopefully using Peterson's speed with Brooke Stetzler as the lefty slapper coming up. So the key is to get her into scoring position and let Stetzler do what she's done so well this tournament, and that is getting the ball in play.
And you know the thing about Peterson, she's not only has good speed, but she's very quick. She's at full speed in three paces. She's running as fast as she could go. And
you know, and you can have speed, but you've got to have speed and then you got to have smarts.
Yeah.
And Peterson has shown that over this course of this tournament that she's got both. This could be just a setup, letting Black swing away. Infield kind of takes a breath. Kind of see here what she does again, but you really got to think you got to get 1 across this inning to tie this up.
You're exactly right there, Travis.
And that's what it was. The unfortunate thing is Black did not get it, so Black's down in the count 0-2, which now means she's going to put the ball in play. Sometimes they make me look good, because all I'm doing is guessing.
Well, there's a big difference between your guess and mine, though, my friend. So I'm guessing all the time, too, but
it helps that I've been in these situations and kind of hopefully know a little bit of what they're maybe thinking, but it's fun when you're out there. Black's battling now. She's down in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Reese here has no outs in the first inning, or in the top of the third inning. Peterson got a single to lead it off, so she's on first base. Black at the plate with Stetzler on deck. Cougars are going to turn over the lineup here in the top of the third. Hopefully give them some energy and some experience coming through the lineup the second time against Reese here. All right, Reese gets the sign and the pitch. And she offered and gets hung up. 1 out, top of the third, with Stetzler on first. Or Stetzler at the plate, Peterson at first, correction.
Stetzler kind of had mixed results yesterday. She had a couple real nice at-bats and ran into a little more difficulty against Wayne. You know, Wayne had very good pitching.
You know what's fun is just seeing the teams and them cheering on each other and the support they give their teammates at each at-bat. No matter what happens, they've got their back. No balls, 1 strike. Top of the third. And just kind of flails one there to shortstop. Shortstop makes a nice play for the Mavericks. Number 12, Diana Mogren.
Yeah, she was kind of desperate to get her bat on that one. It looked like she reached pretty far.
And that's the thing that you really try to do with your sloppers, is you try to throw them outside so that they have to reach for those pitches, and that's exactly what happened there with Stetzler. Aaron Scott up now for the Cougars. Scott looking for her first hit of the game. Peterson still on first base, 2 outs, top of the third. Reese is really controlling the game very well from the circle right now. A little hit and run on. Unfortunately, it hit Aaron's bat. Otherwise, we would have had a runner on second base on the pass ball. Reese gets the sign here from the catcher. 1 ball, 1 strike. Aaron fouls that one out of the park. Aaron Scott, a senior from Colorado. Really looking to lead the Cougars in this elimination game on Championship Saturday of the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference Tournament. The winner of this tournament will get an automatic bid into the regional. Little gamemanship there. Aaron got the call from the umpire to call time as Reese was really almost starting her windup. Low in the zone, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Aaron Scott came to USF as a transfer from Kansas. She was at a junior college down there in Kansas City. Had a great junior college experience and then came here and has put together 2 great seasons for the Cougars. 3 balls, 2 strikes on her. Looking for the next base runner here for the Cougars. A little bleeder. Shortstop makes a great move on that. Number 12, Dana Mogren, to get the 3rd out of the inning. The Cougars really looking to hopefully get that one to drop. It didn't. And so in the top of the 3rd, they leave 1 on. Cougars looking here in the bottom of the 3rd to shut Mankato down, not let them get any energy here. Our noon game will be the winner of this game against the Augustana Vikings.
That's not an enviable position today against Augustana.
I don't think so.
I think they spent the last 12, 14, 16 hours thinking about
what happened,
establishing dominance again, and I'm sure they're not going to be in a good mood when they show up.
Yes, I agree with you. It's gonna get interesting. with them being down there in the losers bracket, and the team that's going to have to go through them to get into the championship against Winona. You can guarantee 8 years of experience. Coach Melstead's been in this situation before where they've been knocked down to the losers bracket, but she's prepared them to come back through.
Yeah.
This is a veteran club for the Vikings, and so we expect them to come through and act like that today.
It'll be interesting to see how Troutman's moving today.
She took that one off the middle of her back yesterday, and really after that happened, it looked like she was a little tight.
Yeah.
All right, Black in the bottom of the third here. Number 12 for the Mavericks, Dana Mogren.
She's looking for the bottom of that strike zone here.
Yesterday she got the call. Today it looks like it's a little tighter.
Two and 0.
2 balls, no strikes. Dana Mogren at the plate for the Mavericks, looking for the first runner in the bottom of the third inning for them.
Well, I wish Carol was out here. I'd send her over to get some interviews with some of those youth players. Get them on Softball 605.
It's going to be fun all day because those teams are just going to work their way up here after games and watch these games and then go back and play theirs, and it's just going to be a good day of
well,
softball.
As we're winding down this collegiate season, we're just getting kicked off good with youth, so
yeah,
it should be a great
Black
summer.
comes back strong there with a good pitch. Count goes full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Mogren. Black looking for the first out of the game here. Let's see what she gets on this 3-2 pitch here. Foul ball, good change in speed there. You could tell that Mogren was expecting something different. Was a little ahead of it, but fouled it back. Hopefully I'm sunscreened up for a little bit there, Randy, because it's going to be a warm one out here.
Yeah, I'm going to hose down here between games. Go get my chair. I brought a chair today.
We'll be able to at least sit comfortable. Shot
That's
to the
out of there.
outfield, and that is a home run for Mogren on a 3-2 count. That gives the Mavericks a 2-0 lead. That's a tough pitch on a 3-2 count to give up that home run on Black, but Mogren saw it and drove it hard over the fence. Mavericks take a 2-0 lead on the Cougars. All right, here comes number 17, Ashley Thiel. Black's gonna have to work ahead. Today so far she gets behind in the count and then has to work her way back up. Yesterday she was working ahead in the count.
Yep. And she kind of started out today, you know, getting ahead early, and
all right, pitch from Black here. A little flare. Let's see if Leah can get to it. Just a little out of reach. All right, no balls, 1 strike. Ashley Thiel at the plate for the Mavericks. Black on the mound for the Cougars. Daly behind the plate catching today, calling the pitches. Great change in speed there, but must have floated in there just a little high. Got a little friend over here, Randy, that we're gonna have to watch out for. Little flying wasp. So fans, if you hear a scream, that's just me getting stung.
yeah. Get the shot first, though, okay?
Hey, that's your job. I'll make sure I call the game.
Yeah, you can call the game from about anywhere. Well, as long as that cord will stretch on your microphone.
Yeah. Black on the mound here, ahead now in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ashley Thiel. Looking for the first out of the game. Grounder up the middle. Field rounds first. Ball comes in. All right. What's great about today, though, Randy, is Championship Saturday. After every game, the winning team is going to sign autographs for future players. So all the little kids here have game balls that they're going to get signed by the winning team after each game today.
What a great PR move by the Northern Sun.
You know, Northern Sun says those girls are our future, and so let's invest in them. And that's
well,
what
you know,
they're doing.
and the amazing thing is, it's you know, you can change a kid's entire outlook by something like that.
Absolutely. You know? Molly Sager at the plate. Molly lays down a bunt and gets the routine out. They move the runner, so that's exactly what Coach Meyer wanted to do. Get that runner in scoring position, sacrifice the out, 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Mavericks are leading the Cougars 2-0. A little communication maybe between Black and Thomas, but they were able to overcome it to get the out. Jess Mindell here, lefty from the Mavericks up, looking to keep their rally going. Good backup, good backup. Peterson comes running up. Scott makes a good play. They're really trying to keep those Maverick runners tame today on the bases, not letting them get too far off, snap throwing down.
Yep.
Bailey's doing a nice job.
And they have done a great job holding players at second. Whoever got there is going in from there too. So.
Absolutely. 1 ball, 1 strike on the batter. No outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Mavericks lead the Cougars 2-0. That's a correction. There should be 1 out. That was a sacrifice bunt the last at bat. Scoreboard's a little off. Little outside there. 2 balls, 1 strike. Mavericks are really trying to get 17 over to 3rd base. She's working hard on 2nd base. Good leads. Really watching to see what she can get. Little fly ball out here to center field by us. Peterson gets it. A little issue on getting it, bobbled it a little bit. Mavericks score another run. And Jess Mindell stands up double. The Mavericks take a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
They're going to have a little visit about this.
This will be good. This is where they just kind of need to calm down and regroup. The Mavericks on bases. Let's see here. Mavericks have 34 home runs on the year, 357 hits for, oh, correction, those were their pitching stats. Make sure I'm on the right one here. They have 160 stolen bases out of 190 attempts this season. So they're really trying to make sure the Mavericks stay close to the base. Mavericks as a team are batting .317 on the year. Pitchers are holding their opponents to a batting average of a .234, so
wow, no wonder they had a good season.
the Cougars are really going to have to put the ball in play and then really work back here. Black on the mound. Still trying to get the 2nd out of the game here on the Mavericks. Number 23, Samantha Blumen. We're going to see a righty-righty lefty mix here now coming into the bottom of their order. Right off the glove. And speed on the bases. No wonder why they've got so many stolen bases. Just every batter's got quick speed out of that box.
Yep.
A great play by Hoffman, just not in time to get the 2nd out of the game. We'll see what the Cougars have in store here. With runners on the corner, teams usually call a signal to make a play somewhere. In this situation, you're going to really try to keep that runner at third base. So the throw through to second probably is not going to happen. Getting the sign from the dugout here for the infield here. Catcher's signaling back. We'll see what Black's got here on this batter. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Good pitch there by Black again. There. Now gets up in the count, 0-2. Samantha Bruman looking to keep this rally going for the Mavericks. Black looking to get the second out of the game. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss. Strikeout for the Mavericks. That's 2 outs now for the Cougars. Runners on the corners. That was a big out for Black.
Big out. She needed that.
All right, still Shannon Daly giving the sign to the infield, letting them know what she's going to do with it when she gets the ball. Here's Alyssa Rickle, number 5. Black gets the sign, and here she goes. This is where the Mavericks can be dangerous because they're going to go lefty, lefty, lefty. So they're going to have speed, plus already the speed on the bases. It's going to be key for Black to keep it low, keep it in the infield, and get the third out of the inning. And that's exactly what she did. Good routine play there, right back to Black. Black gets it over to Betsy Thomas for the third out of the inning. And that strands 2 more runners for the Mavericks in the 3rd inning. So we go to the top of the 4th with the Mavericks leading 3-0. The Mavericks so far have stranded 6 runners on base in 3 innings. So statistically they are getting runners in place, they're just not being able to punch them across the plate, which is good for the Cougars as they try to keep this game in a manageable form where they can come back.
They're going to need to generate some offense here though this inning, and
it's going to be key for their 3-4-5 batter here. Betsy Thomas leading off, Danielle Walker coming up on the hole, and Allison Nettie to clean that all up. It's going to be key for all 3 of them to get something going.
And they have 3 good hitters in there. So.
They do. And it's really going to take one of them to get on. It looks like Mankato throws 2 pitchers pretty consistently. Reese, who we see today, would be considered their number 1. She's 20-15 on the year. She's appeared in 39 games, started 31 games. She has an ERA of a 2.42. Not sure if we'll see Libby Bemis, but she's got an ERA of a 2.54. So both pitchers not overpowering, but very, very consistent in what they're doing. Ball a little high there on Thomas. Leads off with 1 ball, no strikes. Reese gets the sign. And goes after that outside corner and gets the call. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Cougars are going to have to take on more of a aggressive mentality here, moving into these next few innings. Really trying to get that outside corner call. 2 balls, 1 strike. Betsy Thomas is just across the border at Sergeant Bluff, Iowa, is her hometown. Inside pitch comes back. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Thomas. Reese does a good job. If she's going to get the outside corner, she's going to get called, or she's going to live on that inside corner. She's not really given much plate ball. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Betsy Thomas. That gives Reese her first out of the inning. A good mixing ball and pitches there for her, though.
Yeah, one of the things I guess from Minnesota State right now, they know Sioux Falls are going to be coming out more aggressive, so they're going to obviously try to avoid anything that can get them there.
Right, absolutely. Everything's staying down in their zones. Nothing's getting up in their hand area. Rats, I think Shannon Daly was the number 2 batter today. They switched up their order, moved Betsy down to the 3 hole. So, now we have Betsy Thomas. Shannon Daly is the one that just struck out. Correction there, fans. Sorry about that. Mark that down, Randy, as the first mistake of the day, though.